Hi, this is Jodi Ana from jodiana.com, and for whatever reason I'm just feeling inspired to make this video today. And if you are going through a difficult time in life, or some life transition, or maybe a relationship transition, then this message is for you. Be open to what God has in store for you. Because you never know what that might look like on the other side, even though it might not feel good in the moment. And an example that I can give from my own life is me having gotten sick years back. And, before I got sick, I said a prayer and I completely surrendered my life to Divine. And I asked God to use me as a vessel for the greater good. And shortly after that, I got really, really sick, to the point that I thought I was dying. And I ended up losing my job that I had worked at the same company for nearly 13 years. And as a result of that, I also lost my home. I was a single mom, and I felt like everything I had spent my entire adult life working toward was completely just stripped away from me. And it was a huge blow to my ego. It was a very difficult time because I've always been a very independent woman, and now I was placed in a position where I had to be absolutely 100% completely dependent on others for medical expenses, food, a roof over my head, and it was so hard for me to surrender to that. And I spent many, many months feeling so angry. I spent a lot of months wanting my life back. I would always say, I want my life back. I want my job back. I want to be able to work. I want my independence. And it wasn't until I finally surrendered to that, where God had me. That's where I was supposed to be. I had to surrender to that and learn a whole new set of skills that I had never been given or had never mastered, in this lifetime. And once I surrendered to where I was, things really started shifting and changing for me. And yes, I went on to lose my job and I lost my home, but I also, in that process, got me back. I, was working a lot of hours and I was absolutely miserable in that job. And I got me back. And on the other side of that, I get to spend the rest of my life serving Divine and helping others and empowering others and connecting others to their higher power and their internal wisdom. And to me, there's really no greater gift that anybody could ever be given. And there's no greater, for me personally in my life, there's no greater honor than to be able to do that for a living. So I'm happier than I've ever been. And when I was going through the moments of losing my home and losing my job and all of this, I could have never even fathomed what my life would look like, a couple years after that phase of my life. And so the message to you is, even if it feels bad right now, that doesn't mean it's going to be that way forever. Just be open to what God has in store for you. It might feel ugly as you're going through this huge transition, but when you get to the other side of it, it might be more beautiful than you could have ever fathomed. So that's the message I felt inspired to share today. And thanks for watching. I hope this has been helpful. If it has been, please give it a like. And if you know somebody who's going through life challenges or struggles right now, maybe they need to hear this message. So you can tag them or share. Or you can just share it on your Facebook page. You never know what somebody's going through or what, how it might help someone. So anyway, to your life of health and bliss, and I will see you next time. Bye.